Hey Film Buffs, welcome back to Film Feature 43. Scream 7's coming out, and it's the end of the prequel trilogy, and a trilogy in Scream has a certain set of rules, and based on these rules we know
the past will come back to bite you in the ass. Whatever you think you know about the past, forget it. The past is not at rest. Any sins you think were committed in the past are about to break out and destroy you.
For Scream 3, that meant that there was an unseen character that was pulling the strings in the form of Roman.
Roman Bridger, director. And brother.
In the first movie, and I believe the same is going to be true for Scream 7. This is a huge unseen character who's already had an impact on the story and has been retconned to be more than what was seen in the first movie, and I think they're going to kind of play the same trick on us in Scream 7. This person has an obvious reason for wanting Sidney dead, and I think a possible reason for wanting the Carpenter sisters dead, and that is their own mother, Christina Carpenter. So like a good detective, let's look at the means, motive, and opportunity of Christina and see if she fits the bill for a Ghostface in Scream 7. The means part is kind of a throwaway because everyone seems to have access to a voice changer that has Ghostface's voice baked into it in this universe. And as soon as they put on a mask, they become superhuman, whether they're the 6'4" Stu Macher or the 5'2" Jill Roberts. They're able to pull off these weird and incredible killings that seem to take feats of superhuman strength, like lifting Dewey into the air. And it doesn't matter what their body type is, they're able to do it. And as far as the mask goes, it's a big point in Scream 1 that anybody can pick up this mask from a party supply store, and it only becomes more available as these killings and the stab movies become more popular, so anyone can pick up one of these masks and become the Ghostface killer.
Everybody's a suspect!
As far as motive goes, Miss Carpenter had an affair with a psychopath. That psychopath went on a killing spree.
Corn syrup. Same stuff they use for pig's blood in Carrie.
Then said girlfriend of the psychopath was killed. Tara then found out that she was pregnant, and the daughter that she had with the psychopath revealed the affair to her husband.
Those diaries told me who my real father was. It was Billy Loomis.
Leading to her divorce. So she definitely has motive for wanting Sidney dead and possibly wanting her own daughter dead because she's the one that ruined her life. And as far as opportunity goes, we've literally never seen this woman before. She could be anybody in the crowd, and we wouldn't know it until it is revealed to us. So what do we know about Christina from Scream 5 and 6? Well, we know that she had an affair and became pregnant. We know that she's an alcoholic. We know she was on a business trip in London. And then by the 6th movie, she disowned Sam and Tara and became disconnected, so we don't see her. And that's about all the information we get about her. She doesn't rush back to Woodsboro when she finds out that her daughters are being hunted and killed, one of them being stabbed multiple times. And then after that, it is revealed that she disowned them, like it was their fault that they were the target of a killer and that she had an affair 30 years ago. It doesn't seem like something a mother would do unless she has an ulterior motive. Other thing that leads into the opportunity is on part of being unseen, she's always been there, and it's just been retconned that we didn't know that she was there. And everybody in this franchise has the ability, apparently, to clone phones and call from different people's phone numbers. I don't know how easy that is, but it's probably easier than being able to hack into a security system and unlock and lock doors in someone's house. And that's exactly what we see in Scream 5 when Tara is attacked. I think it's much more likely that the person who is helping Ghostface lock and unlock the door to bait Sam into coming back to Woodsboro is the person who owns the house, which is Christina. And also Tara living in the beginning is unseen in the entire franchise. Every opening girl has been killed since Drew Barrymore. And I think that that kind of leads into the credence that Christina is the Ghostface killer because she doesn't want to kill her daughter that she had to her husband. She doesn't blame her for ruining her life. She wants to kill Sam, wants Richie and Amber to kill Sam. So that is a way to drag Sam back, is to hurt Tara but not actually kill her.
My sister was attacked. I gotta go.
And by Scream 6, whether Christina had a hand in the Kirsch family killings or if she did not, I think all cards are off the table because now she blames Tara for ruining her life as well. And not only does she have a hand in the prequel trilogy killings, I think she might have a hand in the original killings, because the weirdest Ghostface interaction I think we see on screen is during the first movie when Tatum and Sidney are walking through town and this masked Ghostface is following them in broad daylight. I think that is weird for Billy and Stu to do, especially since they both seem to be accounted for in the video store, leading to the credence that there's probably a third killer and isn't as experienced or as psychotic as the other two. Even in the prequel trilogy, I don't think Scream 6 is the only one to have 3 killers, because there's another kind of odd scene in the hospital when Sam's attacked. That Ghostface is there and gone really quickly, and Richie and Amber, at least in my mind, seem to be accounted for. I know Richie's Netflix alibi isn't airtight, and that's kind of what they're getting at, that he could have snuck out and back in, but that Ghostface moved really quick if it was Richie to avoid being seen, getting all the Ghostface stuff off, and then getting back to the room before Sam came back. It doesn't seem to be possible unless there's a third Ghostface that we haven't learned about yet. Maybe Tina's killings branch out into other movies in the franchise, because I find it hard to believe that Roman is able to do all these killings by himself, and 42-year-old Debbie Salt is able to help Mickey and actually be a viable Ghostface. Tina technically did birth Debbie's grandchild, so maybe there was a tie there, and Christina went to Debbie and made this plan. It helped Mickey with the killings, but she was in the shadows the whole time. Another point I have against Christina is all the killers seem to have this affinity for horror movies, whether they want to be in one.
You've seen one too many movies.
Now, Sid, don't you blame the movies. Movies don't create psychos. Movies make psychos more creative.
Or just are emulating them. And we learn from Scream 5 that Tara loves horror movies because her mother does.
Yeah, but she says you love scary movies and that you guys have that in common. She's proud of making a fan out of you.
And that's possibly circumstantial, but it is kind of a weird throwaway line to have in there if it doesn't have bigger consequences to come in the future. Also, why does Chris keep her diaries in the attic where her husband can easily find them, or obviously her young child? It's almost like she's keeping them either as a memento for a life that she could never have, or she wanted them to be found as a reason to get out of her marriage because she really wanted to be with Billy the whole time. Setting the diaries up there seems like an obvious trap where she wants someone to blame for ruining her life, and that's Sam, and then ultimately she becomes an alcoholic because her life doesn't turn out how she wanted it to, and Sam is who she blames. This franchise likes to do the mere opposites of people, so Sidney was the final girl, so her cousin wanted to be the final girl. One was a victim, one was actually the killer. I think that they might go down that route with Maureen and Tina, where Maureen was a victim. She had a child out of wedlock.
Maureen Prescott, you were the only child she claimed, Sidney. She shut me out in the cold forever. Her own son.
But she ultimately was the victim of the murder, of the sexual assault, all that stuff, where Tina willingly had an affair, had a child out of wedlock. What if instead of being the victim, she is going to be the killer? So my last piece of evidence is a little bit of circumstantial evidence, but what if instead of trying to kill her daughters in this new plot, because they're not in Scream 7, that she switches her focus back to killing the person who killed her lover, and instead of targeting her own daughters, as we see in the marketing material for Scream 7, she starts targeting the daughter of the person who ultimately she blames for ruining her life. That's my theory. Do you think Christina might come back as Ghostface? They're really hinting that Stu's going to come back, so why not bring somebody back that was in the original trilogy as well? We've just never seen.
Nice little town you found. You and your pretty daughter.
So with all that being said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.